Hey everybody, welcome back to Outward. Robert Rambles here. We are in the Blue Chamber Collective's Conflux Path Mountain Conflux Blue Chamber Conflux Path. We're in a catacomb with troglodytes. That's the important thing. The other important thing is that people were telling me that the important thing was that I have bandages and that I started using this little feature called Deconstruct. And yeah, I'd love to do that. I just figured out how to do it after reading that. Because it wasn't something that was shown to us. It was mentioned, I think, that we could deconstruct things, or maybe I read it on a forum or something. I don't know. Oh, I can't put that in there together? Okay. And see, like that, we can break down individual items into linen, and we can make ourselves some bandages, which, as you can see, for whatever reason, we direly need. And so it's things like that, like the deconstruct that, honestly, I understand the game is supposed to be challenging. I've played games for about 30 years. I've played games that were incredibly simple and easy and games that were so hard I wanted to and maybe tried to put my controller through a screen. And so I understand challenge, and I know what makes games challenging, and I know what makes games hard to play. And so I'm just the deconstructing is one of those things. I would have loved to have been shown it one time, and I feel like that could have really helped me out early on in the game. Maybe an NPC could have told us, or a buddy could have walked us through it. Yeah, I saw that chocolate egg, guys. Not today, asswipe. Oh, so they don't get a stagger frame, but I get staggered. Lovely. So when we block the enemy, I've noticed that when we block successfully, the enemy doesn't stagger, which means they continue following through with their attack combo animation. And in my mind, after I've blocked, I should then be able to get a hit in and have a... I don't know if it would be called an invincibility frame, but there needs to be some kind of stagger. If I successfully block and you're swinging a giant polearm at me, well, that should kind of stop your fucking attack combo, right? And it doesn't, I've noticed. And that is what I think is killing me, is I wait for that hit, and then I drop and I swing, and I'm dropping and swinging, and I'm getting taken out in one hit sometimes. Like we very nearly did there. So I'm just going to stay close to them, and you'll notice if you stay really close to them in melee and kind of circle them in any direction, you'll just kind of spin them about. So as long as you don't get backed into a corner and you're not a spaz like I am, you could probably cheese most of these melee fights. Because the controls are kind of, I don't want to say clunky, they're not exactly the smoothest, and the enemies kind of behave in a similar fashion, so it's easy to kind of guide them, and then they flip around, and I don't know. You saw the troglodyte, how he just kind of rushed past me the one time. Blood mushroom, I'm so terrified of putting anything in my bags at the moment. Something I wish is that when I loot something that I don't sheath my sword and leave it put away, I'd like it to automatically come back out. I'm fine watching the animation, like yes, you have to sheath your sword to have a free hand to gather, I get it. But don't make me manually pull my sword back out if I had it out before I collect an item. We're going to start following the old rule of hug the left wall, I think. Now they told us that if you were familiar with the gods, you would know your way. It sounded like total horseshit. So, yeah. I'm probably just going to pick a wall and hug it. My problem is I know there are like tons of troglodytes in here. And I don't want to run into more than one of them at a time if I can help it. I really want to break this down. But I keep hearing what I think are footfalls. And we're probably going to get stabbed in the back any minute. Or the game will crash. One of those two things. We're either going to get killed ignobly, or the game will crash on the brink of our success. Let's go ahead and use that. Let's use this. I just want to recover some of that burnt health. I guess that's what's burnt health, is what's flashing there. Something else happened instead. Yeah, I really don't know what happened there. I don't know if I'm about to just fall over dead. There we go. My health flashed for a little while. I guess that's when it's burned. And then now it has stopped flashing and is in fact regenerating. Okay. Simple things like how to effectively heal and explaining that when my health gauge is flashing red, that portion of health is burned, and therefore obviously can't be counted as health. If you get hit again, it's not gonna take that damage, but then sometimes there are items that can restore burnt health, and burnt health isn't the same as not having any health at all. And okay, great, all those things sound really cool. What I'm saying is, let there be a way to have that explained to me. Even if I have to seek somebody out, but more often than not in the early parts of a game, if you're trying to challenge me, you should be able to build a game where you can show me a little bit of what to do early on in the gameplay, and then let me go from there. I don't want to fuck with this thing. This is not what I signed up for, guys. This was a troglodyte cave. Not a giant magical fucking praying mantis cave. This thing's not gonna let up, is it? And I'm gonna back us into this fucking corner, too. Oh, let's just run around and round, shall we? I have no idea how to tell if this is one that I could kill, or if this is one that is gonna one-shot me. That's kind of another problem I've been having. Oh, somehow he kind of sensed what we were doing. Oh, yay. Well, I hope we don't run into too much else. Oh, like that guy up here. Whoa! Whoa! Whoa. Yeah, this is not good, guys. Yep, there we go. I'm sure we'll crash here anyway. Oh, we didn't. Pain racks our body. We regain consciousness. Beaten bottle. Yep. One of the 5 scripted deaths. Alright, some free bandages. So sometimes, for some reason, death is a benefit. It feels like we died there. We're basically right where we were. Except now we have a free bandage. And we know more about what's going on inside there. You know, but something else could have happened. We could have been taken captive. We could have lost all of our stuff. Gear could have vanished from my bag. So lots of things could have happened. Sometimes it helps you to die. What I would much prefer, kind of, is just to be able to go tackle those guys again right away and kind of keep those reflexes that I was building by fighting them. Because now, you know, by the time I find them again, we're not in that mode anymore, you know. It's great when you can fight a tough enemy and then basically run back in a couple seconds and just kind of try it again. And then if it's challenging, you get to learn its moveset, build your muscle memory up. And kids, muscle memory is, you know, when you do something over and over again and then it becomes almost like second nature to you. Your fingers just kind of move on their own accord. That's what I mean by muscle memory. And so we used a bandage, and we still have what I guess is burned health. Oh, look at this jerk. I'm just drinking potions, you know, hoping that something will help us. I could probably make a healing potion. Like I said, somebody had told me that I could use these beetles and some other item, and I'll have to find out what that other item is. Are we gonna get taken out again? Yes. Yes, we are. And this time... Oh, here we go, though. Here we go. Oh, almost. One more hit. One more hit, we'd have had both of them. I think they stayed at their health, so that time I did find them. I liked that. Now, if we could do that again... Yeah, let's keep doing that. See, this is the kind of checkpoint that I like. It's funny that it's doing this. Now that I was complaining about it not doing something like this. And I understand that basically respawning here like this is the equivalent of traditional quick save. And yeah, it gives us the choice to go back in here or not. I don't know, guys. I could keep going in here. I have nothing else to do. I literally have nothing else in this world that I want to do right now besides figure out if I can get through this place. Because if I can't, you know, what's the point, right? The whole burnt health thing is just sucking. I think, you know, if we rest, maybe that will bring our health back up. I just hate having to hit a load screen, you know, to get my health back. For obvious reasons, I have traumatized from the load screens in this game, because to me they just mean we have about a 70% chance to crash out. Since the lighting is being funky, I'm going to go ahead and up that chance to 85%. There we go. Predicted. And since it was such a similar spot to where we actually came in at, I have no idea if this is us before or after all we've done. Looking at our inventory, I'm going to guess it did get the save because I don't have that purplish health pot that I had popped. But look, we don't have our health, so it saved, but it didn't get the rest. You know what I mean? Like, it got the save when it hits that load screen right before it crashes. It saves the game, but then it can't do the rest of the sleep. We don't get the benefits from the sleep, so I know the client is crashing out before it registers that. So the game saves twice. It saves right when you enter the load screen, and then again once you come out of it, I guess. And we're not getting to that out of it point when we crash out. And therefore I'm not getting benefits from sleeping. Which is why I often log back in. Here we go. Look, we have more health. Unfortunately, not all of our health, which is what I preferably need. Because I know that's probably driving people crazy, that I'm trying to fight stuff without full health and bitching about it being difficult. Sure, that's driving people nuts. So now we got full health. Now let's see what we can do against these clumsy troglodytes. And maybe the crazy praying mantis. You look at this guy, just, what is he running laps? What's he doing, man? What are they doing? Look, come here. You know what? Yeah, this is probably the stupidest thing that I've done. Oh yeah, that's gonna help us a lot. Huh. Well, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Totally great. Just great. All three of them, because why not? They probably communicate telepathically, I guess. I have to assume that's what it is. I have no way to find out anything about the troglodyte lore or anything else. So for all I know, they're a super intelligent race of telepathic creatures who subsist on a hive mind. In fact, from now on, that's what they are going to be. For us, at least. So yeah, what did we do? We kicked us all the way out? Is that all it did? Or are we just in some random location? Only way to know is just to go back in here, and though if I do that, pretty good chance, since we've got through a couple load screens, that will crash again. But you know what? I just need to know where this is. The blue conflux path, so just right outside. And so today, these deaths, story armor, are functioning a lot more like quick saves, strangely. Which was one of my biggest complaints, actually, that I have been really feeling. And now if I could just stay logged in. I say logged in as if I'm getting disconnected. That's how often we crash. This guy's gonna... Oh, I thought he was gonna jump up this. Look at this guy down here. Like, we just spawned. Should he know that we're here? I don't know. I don't have any idea. He's a telepath from the future. Like, I have no stamina. Why are we dead? We had full health. Why did he knock us out just now? It's okay, we crashed. And all having to crash out really does is gives me time to reflect about the choices I've made in my life and everything that's led me to this moment. It also lets me look at some of the other games I have icons for on my desktop. Like, maybe I want to be there instead because maybe those worlds would let me stay in them for a little while longer than 10 minutes. I don't really understand why in that last encounter, like, that guy had no health. I jumped down there blatantly thinking, hey look, he's got no health left. This is a visual indicator to me that he's going to be easy pickings. And so he took like 12 hits. And I don't really have a visual way of knowing if he is supposed to be a bigger badass than the 20 that I've already knocked down. That's a problem for me, because I'm not getting the information I need to make decisions. And so you can't say it's necessarily challenging. I mean, yeah, it's hard because the guy is pretty tough. But, you know, when I jump down there and he has what looks like 5 or 6 hit points, but I have no way to gauge that because we're not giving any information out, we get clobbered. So what my eyes tell me is not reality. When I looked at our situation, I thought we have full health. He has no health. This will be our victory, and it wasn't. Does that make it hard or hard to, does that make it hard or does it make it hard to understand? For me, it makes it hard to understand. And so that's a question. If I were to cut off 4 of your fingers and ask you to make a sandwich with that hand, would that be a challenge? Or would it just be hard and difficult to achieve due to the lack of fingers? And is there a difference between something that's challenging and something that has simply been made hard to do because of the circumstances that you're forced into, or something has been taken away in the instance of your fingers in that scenario? Because honestly, the easiest and maybe the cheapest way to make something more difficult or more challenging is to remove things, remove information, remove any kind of guidance, maybe even remove a little bit of logic and make things a little random. And all of a sudden, just by removing, not by adding to a construct or putting more creativity into it, simply by removing features, you can make something more difficult. It doesn't mean that it's more challenging in the sense that once you accomplish it, you're going to get that emotional reward out of it. It just means it's hard to do. And I think everybody's definition of what's challenging and what's just difficult is probably different, right? And I think for me, things can be difficult, but I want all the information and I want them to still be difficult. I don't want it to be difficult because I don't know what's happening. Like right now, this is hard because I don't know what this guy's doing or how I should be countering it, or if I just shouldn't be here at all, right? I mean, there's a possibility that I shouldn't be here, and I'm willing to accept that. I want to kill one of these guys, god damn it. Yeah, we don't have a bandage or anything, so we are going to keep bleeding and being confused. And this guy's going to keep shooting what I guess is magic at us. And it just kind of locks on. You see that, right? We have very little access to our stamina right now. And this guy just seems like he has an infinite amount of mana. He's really dumb if we just keep him in his mid-range, like he doesn't really seem to know what the hell to do. But once we get close, he just has free hits, you know? I can't stagger him by blocking. He just continues his attack animations. Oh good, I switched targets when I didn't want to. Yay, thank you, game. Alright, well, that's all fine and good, but guys, we're not looking good here. I could probably stay alive for a little while, but I'm just kind of waiting for our stamina to regen a little bit. So guys, it's going to be dizzy making. Look at that! I stab him, he doesn't get staggered, he immediately continues his combo to one-hit whack us. What? That doesn't make sense to me, but we were pretty messed up. Where to now? Just back outside again. Our mushrooms are rotting. That's not all that's gone rotten. Where are these rotted mushrooms? Throw everything out. I don't want it. Alright. So, I have nothing else to do. Except keep coming in here. Supposedly at the end of this, there's something that we want. I forget. Is it mana? I don't even know if they promised us that. The troglodytes can use magic. Because they're super telepaths from the future. Alright, well. What can we do? What in the hell can we do? Not a lot. We have hides. If I can make leather bandages, that'd be frickin' swell. I guess all we can really do is sleep and hope that by not being confused, we won't get knocked down in one hit. I guess. I'm willing to try. So I feel like we're like slowly taking these guys all out, you know. I don't think they're respawning. I don't think they're respawning. Didn't get the sleep benefit again, so... Again, we crash out, load back in, and we still have to try to actually get the sleep we need. And it didn't even do it. Didn't do it. Maybe we need more sleep. Maybe we need less sleep. Who knows at this point, but we're not confused anymore. And so that's whoops. That's something. That'd been a cool ability to remember to use. I'm sure that's why I've utterly failed, is that one ability. We don't care about that. I don't remember where I was when we took out that one mage, or both mages I think we took out. But maybe we'll find it. Maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just clear this place out little by little, death by death, crash by crash. And maybe that'll be the victory we are challenged to do in Outward. Maybe that's what I'll challenge myself. Clear out this catacomb, and maybe that's a life for our adventurer. Maybe he can retire to his lighthouse. Oh, hi. MFer. I don't want to fight that guy. I am not counting him amongst the crap that we are going to take out in here. And if somehow the future of magic hinges on us being able to take that guy down, then it's probably not going to happen because I have Praying Mantis PTSD. And I'm not going to fight any more of them if I can avoid it, even though it's probably one of the 6 enemy types in the game. Useless, going to be dead weight, can maybe break it down. Fire rag, need that. And thick oil, need that. Yeah, let's go ahead and use that. That was an unnecessarily weird noise that didn't sound anything like fire, and I thought we were going to get killed by something. I'm still not going to fight him. If you want to know the truth. Him I'll fight. Didn't really see like this fucking Praying Mantis. And that's the other thing, aggro drop. I need an aggro drop. It's gotta exist. There's gotta be a way to drop aggro, you know? I'm just gonna come down here and hope that, I'm gonna hope that I crash. That's what we'll hope for. So close, yet so far. Thanks for joining me, guys. Wish me luck. Join me next time, if there is a next time. Oh, and this is the error message that sometimes presents itself. Now, this is not the one that hits us on the load screens. This is the one that is the oops. So, there you go. That's part of what's been afflicting us. We've done a complete reinstall of Windows after wiping the hard drive. Obviously that was a complete reinstall of the game and everything else on my PC. So other games working great, Outward not working. That's the verdict as of right now. Thanks again.